means with all the blessings. And then Prophet opening the realities of Israhi wal Miraj, that not a single creation reached its reality and its true ahad, its true covenant with Allah until the Imam of all creation has to be present. Means whatever every Prophet reached, it was less the reality of its complete reality. They were in need for the one whom holds all keys for Allah to be present, and only behind Sayyidina Muhammad can they go into their covenant and reach to what Allah has promised them to reach. That's why the reality of on Israhi wal Miraj, the Sayyidina Muhammad, because we took you now through the ranks of people. Now for the ranks of Prophets, Allah go for Isra. Why not just go straight to Allah? Because the Prophets are now in need of you. No, now you understood what creation was going to get. The Prophets are in need of you. Their need to witness you, to pray behind you, to give their shahada to you and make them Muhammadiyun. And that's what it's meant by Prophet. I went to Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem and I prayed with the Prophets. They prayed what? Muhammadiyun prayer. Tashahhud, they're giving their shahada to Sayyidina Muhammad, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa habibuhu wa rasuluhu. Means at that time they accepted their Islam, they accepted Sayyidina Muhammad and now they understood the deen of Allah has always been Islam. The only messenger of Allah is Sayyidina Muhammad. The immensity of Isra is that I want all these Prophets and all their agencies to understand, you are the Rasulullah, you are the ancient Rasul. You're the ancient Rasul, that in your reality of light you have always been the messenger of Allah and nobody approaches Allah. Not an angel, not a prophet, not anything in creation, they reach to Rasulullah. And at that time all the Prophets took their shahada and the deen of Islam is then known to all the Prophets of Allah. Then the immensity of the miraj into the heavens to show all the people who don't stop their understanding and religion to meditate and contemplate. When somebody comes and says, oh Mawlid maybe is something wasn't practiced, or maybe why you guys show so much respect for Sayyidina Muhammad. And the problem with people who don't tafakkur and meditate and contemplate, they don't see anything that Allah is doing, they don't read anything that Allah is writing. But when we slow our life down and just the incident of Israhi wal Miraj, how much Allah is showing and shows that you can never reach what I'm doing. For my beloved servant I sent the angels to give him notification, not a letter, not a tablet on stone. I send the angels in person. I send them with water from paradise to wash. I send them with the jubbah and clothing of paradise to be dressed. I send him the best of my limousine is a buraq to come and to take his holy presence and move him. And then as I'm going to bring him when you understood sultanate and kingdoms, how you greet the king is a sign of adab. When a king arrives you come outside to greet the king, you don't make the king come to you, you come down to the level of the king. You don't stand up high and say, how are you? You bring yourself low so that the king is giving salams. It's the protocol of manners and etiquette, that you going into that presence. How Allah then made all of the angels of every paradise stand outside of their paradise to greet the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad. Not that he goes to them, but He brought them all out from whoever you are and whatever you think you are, you're nothing, because now the King of all creation in His physical presence is arriving as my guest, come outside of your abode. They say, oh, the angels of every paradise was out to greet, means they had adorned with all their lights and all their realities to greet the Habib of Allah, the one whom Allah has bestowed His love and named him Habibullah, the one whom Allah loves. Everyone in creation is trying to love Allah and trying to get Allah to understand or to acknowledge them. Every Prophet was trying to get Allah to acknowledge their existence and to be happy and satisfied with them. With Prophet is completely a different reality, that Allah is named from beginning, you are my most beloved creation. Everything I'm doing to make you to be satisfied, to make you to be happy, to make you to be understanding the immensity of my Divinely love. That's the immensity of Isra and Miraj. Then imagine people are asking that ridiculous question when Allah is saying, oh my creation is meant to show how much I love you. I put this earth in which you were going to step to be beatific. If Allah didn't like somebody He would have sent them to the moon where there's not a single colour there, it's just grey, and that's why they're all aliens on the moon. The bad ones that want to eat you, Allah said, your abode is the moon, is nothing. But look how when Allah wants to show manners to us. So when you're inviting somebody important, how you put the best of what you have, you don't just make your house like a moon for them. You make everything to be beautiful. Allah says, look, your holy feet will one day come upon this earth, I make all the beatific flowers. Look at the thousands of variations of flowers. When someone doesn't have time for ibadah and worshipness and good actions, how Allah took this time in which Allah has no time, but the delicacy of 1,000 or 10,000 variations of flowers, of creatures, of streams and rivers and water and fragrances, beatific fragrances, that everything in creation when it's happy it exhibits or puts out a beatific fragrance to show the love for Sayyidina Muhammad.